to be able to see me. Let me went ahead and went live in case anybody's on. Let me get on the iPad. Good morning to everyone. It is Sunday, March 1st. At 2:30 in the morning, it was 26 degrees here and snowing. And about 2:45, this huge wind came up, and the temperature, Alexa actually went off in our living room and said the temperature went up 14 degrees, like that fast. So the snow turned to rain, and we had about, it was still raining at 4:30. I got up at like 3:50. I couldn't sleep. It was hitting the windows so hard. Made a cup of coffee at 4 and sat there, and Bri got on my lap. But anyways, yeah, so let me get this going here. What the heck? Hold on here. It's on the wrong channel. So anyways, oh, that's right. Try that again. It's asking me for my zip code. I don't know why. Alrighty, I'll talk louder. Let me move you closer too. I don't have my microphone because I figured out that when I have the microphone and I've got my little electric fireplace going, it cackles. That's when it does that. It doesn't do it any other time. So, anyways, I went on a couple minutes early. Let me get set up now. Getting on my iPad. For some reason, it's on the wrong channel. I don't... What? Hold on. It's not going to Lil Ruby. I changed my... I don't know what... Oh, I'm on YouTube TV. Good Lord. Okay, that's different. I was going to say, why does my picture look different? So YouTube TV, I have a channel I don't post on, and that's on my YouTube TV account. John has one too. So, okay. Now, go to Lil Ruby, Rye, and I. And it is 9 a.m., so welcome if you're on here. I see two, so introduce yourselves. I'm going on right now. Going to make sure you can hear me, so I'm going to turn the volume up on the iPad for a second. Okay, for some reason there's no sound. So let me see here. I gotta take it off its little tripod. I don't think I had the volume on. Okay, testing. Hey, Zay's wife. Hey, I'm doing better. I'm having a better couple days. Had an open house yesterday, and actually, back up. On Friday, I was cleaning for the open house, and a realtor friend of mine called me and said, I'm out with some people and they really want to see your house, like right now. I'm like, well, the vacuum's out. I had screens off of windows because I was doing my spring window cleaning. I had cleaning supplies in both bathrooms. And so hopefully you can hear me. Let me see if this is working. Yep, okay, I have volume, so I guess you can hear me. Hey, Zay. Hey, it's both of you. I got both of you. 2 for 1. Thank you. Okay. So anyways, I guess they had gone up our road, and they were like parked like 3 driveways up, and I said, yeah, when do you think you'll be here? Oh, like 10 minutes. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. Just if they can excuse some of the stuff. I won't have the house vacuumed. I hadn't even got that far, but I had the vacuum out. Hadn't dusted. And And I pretty much do my big cleaning either Thursday night, Friday, somewhere in there for the whole week. I don't clean every day. So anyway, they got there in like 4 minutes. I'm still putting the vacuum cleaner away, but they really liked it. They ended up being here like 2.5 hours. The realtor had to leave, and then they walked the property with John, and it was like getting dark. And then I had the open house Saturday and I think I had people come through. I feel like they were more looky-loos. There's possibly one couple, but they haven't even listed their house for sale, so it's going to be a while before they can buy. But this couple's already been approved for a USDA loan, so they're good to go. So, yeah. So anyways, they're supposed to come back. They were going to come back this morning and walk the other side of the road better, the guy and my husband at least. And it's been raining, so actually woke up to snow first, but then it got 14 degrees warmer and changed to rain all before it got light. So the snow is completely gone. And it's supposed to burn off like noon to 1. So anyway, so the guy's supposed to come back. He wants to hike into the BLM and the National Forest with my husband later. So we'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. They're like a really good prospect. About a week ago, we had another guy from Ohio, and he flew out, but his wife couldn't come, and he likes it. He wants to see it. They're coming back out Thursday or Wednesday of this coming week, and they want to see it next Saturday. So anyway, so yeah, that's my big news. Just doing some online work. Oh, cool. So you work online? I'm trying to find something I can do online. I really want to work. I mean, even though I retired from real estate, I don't want to do that anymore. Too much stress. But I want to find, I've been trying, I've used Indeed, Flex Jobs. I got an interview with one, ended up being a scam, and luckily I didn't send any info. So now I'm scared to, that was on Flex Jobs, I think, or no, the other one, Insta Work, I think it's called, or something, but it was a remote job. So I'm trying, but just something part-time. I want to do something so I can travel and work. So anyways, it's nice to see you both here. I won't run this too long. Oh, you're on your break. Okay. So you were working nights. Now are you back to days? Because I think the last time you were on a live, you had changed to, or maybe you went to days after nights. So I can actually read them on the thing, but it's probably easier for the iPad. So anyways, I brought a cup of tea down here, and I had a couple things. Oh, there's somebody else on here too, looks like. Got my green tea with honey and clothes. I put clothes in it, so. And I'm not very dressed up. I got leggings on, slippers, and a baggy sweatshirt. Days again. Oh, okay. 4 a.m. to 4:30. Those are long days. Although I, in my life, have worked shift work, either 4 10s or 3 12s, and I really like that because you get a lot of days off during the week. So, hey, Jimmy. Hey, nice to see you. You can't stay. You have a lot to do. You're going to post like 6 posts, and I won't be able to catch up. So, well, thank you for stopping in. I'm just doing a live. Are you getting weather on your side of Colorado? Yeah, Zay, very long days. But they're worth it when you get the days off. Like I did police dispatching in California. I also had a real estate license. And I wouldn't give the shift up. I worked 3 12s, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. So I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays off. I was single. I went camping all the time or partying, and I love that. And everybody got to see, like the girl that had days, every once in a while she'd say, I'd like to switch to nights. And I had seniority, so I didn't have to give it up. We didn't have to rotate. So you got nice weather. Well, I woke up at 2:30, and it was 28 or 29. Now I forget. 29. And I woke up, and it was super quiet. And so I looked out the window and it was snowing. And then like 15 minutes later, Alexa in the living room goes off. Well, I call him Alex because he's an Aussie voice. But anyways, he goes off and says the temperature had just risen 14 degrees and it was driving rain. I mean, it was wind. It went from calm snow to driving rain. So it was cold. But, and the temperature went up, but then temperature's gone back down. I think like at 5 o'clock, it was back to like 31, but it was weird. So we're getting rain today. So, anyways, yeah, well, I'm glad to see people here. Thank you for stopping in. Real quick, I have some things to mention because it is March, and I'll go ahead and start. And I printed it out because I'm older and I forget these things. I want to mention 3 things for March. Okay. First of all, one of my favorite sayings I always say, and I always said it on the 1st of March, not really knowing the history till I looked it up last night. But we've all heard, beware the Ides of March. You know, Julius Caesar. So the saying came about, beware the Ides of March is a famous warning from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, urging caution. And I always thought it was just caution for March, but I didn't know that. I forget my Shakespeare because it's been years, high school when I took an English class with that. It's regarding March 15th, the day in 44 BC when Julius Caesar was assassinated. But it signifies a warning of betrayal, impending doom, or more broadly, to watch one's back against danger from trusted allies. And you know, with everything going on with the world, I think it fits. So it's always been, I've always said it March 1st, and until I looked it up. The other thing is Yellowstone National Park. I did the math. 154 years ago, it was established by President Ulysses S. Grant, and it was the first national park in the world. It put away over 2 million acres of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho land, mostly Wyoming, Montana, but there is a corner in Yellowstone. Yeah, for future generations. Back in 1872. So, you know, think about that. That's a long time ago. And it was the first one. Of course, it started, you know. And I'm not against national parks at all. I believe public land should be used by the public as long as we're good stewards for it. So, anyways. And then the last thing, it's National Peanut Butter Day. So after we hang up on this, I'm going to go up. I've got homemade stew, venison stew I'm making. And I'm going to make peanut butter cookies. So, and watch NASCAR. So that's why I'm in leggings, a baggy sweatshirt, and slippers. And that's as far as I'm getting dressed today. So anyways, those are my 3 things. I've got other things, but those were the 3 things I wanted to mention today. So, yeah, you guys are, you know, and are you even getting the rain now? Because my husband's daughter, my stepdaughter, lives in Longview, Washington, and she was telling her dad how dry it's been. They're just not, you know, she's barely into Washington. She's on the other side of the Columbia. And, well, thank you for stopping in, Zay. Thank you for spending your break with us. And hold on, I've got a text that's stuck on my phone. I don't know. I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I sold, I'm not bragging, but I sold $14,000 worth of stuff in the last 3 days. So I'm seriously downsizing. So I have a lot of antiques, and I've decided I'm not packing this stuff around the country. Most likely going to northern Arizona. I swear I just saw a hummingbird, but it's way too early. It was probably a really small bird. Yeah, so that's what Amanda was saying, is that the rain in Longview is just like non-existent this year. No, and just the rain, let alone. And I don't know that she gets a whole lot of snow there, but it's pretty rainy normally. But yeah, well, we're supposed to have nice weather, Jimmy, the rest of the week. I think this is just a fluke. It actually was supposed to come in at 10 o'clock last night and be going to bed instead of waking up to it. But it was supposed to be sunny today. we've got people coming back from the open house that are going to walk the property, or at least the guy is, with John later across the road, because 7 acres of our land crosses paved road and has another creek. There's a creek on this side, creek on that side. So, well, right. You know what she does get is that fog. We were up there, and then she moved from Seattle to, well, first she moved to Spanaway, Washington, and then she went to Portland after a divorce. And she's got a, oh gosh, Emma's going to be 16 in August. That's the oldest grandchild. And her and Emma moved to Longview. And she got a really good job there working for a builder. Yeah, snow. Okay, yeah. But she gets a lot of fog. I mean, we got there. We were there. John had some honeydews to do on her house when she first got it. I think we were there a week, and we only saw the sun. Now, I don't know. I can't remember. It seemed like it was like October. It was super. I don't do fog. I've never lived around it, so, really, so, but, yeah. Yeah, she sent us some pictures of different snowstorms, but, like, she'll get, like, half an inch or an inch, you know. She misses Colorado snow. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. She's not very far from there, so. Yeah, well, coastal towns, I think. You know, I grew up in California, but I grew up in the Sierra Nevadas, up by Tehachapi, California, the southern Sierra Nevada mountain range. So, Jimmy, are you still here, or did you leave already? He pops in and out. He's probably going to post 3 or 4 things today. And I am so far behind on everybody that I follow that posts content. I've had way too much. Oh, there you are. Nice. Yeah, well, I know. We were, heck, yesterday, it was breezy, so it didn't feel that warm, but it was 66 here. At least that's what the thermometer said. So, anyways. This is fun. Just a little. I was supposed to have my guy from the UK. He's he's friended me. Well, you guys know him, Zay. Richie. He said he was going to be on here. He tries to watch when I go live. I actually made him a moderator because I was going to. Hey, well, there's my Aussie friend. So cool. We're going. Hey, Karen, it's good to see you. So tell me right now, what's your temperature? Because you should be going into fall over there in Australia. Well, I think I watched your last video, Jimmy. Yeah, I didn't see the one. Did you post one about villages? You were going to do a series, and I know I watched the video, so you're not going to do the series. Well, look at this. Brandon's here in Ash. Hey, guys. Thank you for joining. I don't have any bridges to show you guys. I wish I did. I'm going to do some drive-in lives, but, well, this is fun. Thank you, guys, for supporting this channel. This makes me feel good. I literally, probably Monday or Tuesday, thought about just shutting this down. I got some serious stuff going on in my life. Some of it's good, but a lot of it is not necessarily bad because I've seen the direction things were going, and truthfully probably should have gone a different direction 10 years ago before buying this house because I was ready then. But yeah, and I don't want to make this, I'm trying to be positive. I sold a bunch of stuff, so I'm in a, well, look at this. Thank you for, hey, happy Sunday. How are you? No, you're not in courtside anymore, right? I know Kathy, you guys are all leaving down there. It's got hot. Thank you for checking in here. I just, I like my Sunday lives. I actually think, I know, Karen, they're probably not a real good time for you because they're, what's middle of the night there in Australia. Yeah, see, all you guys are all from, like, you all follow, I know Karen and Jimmy follow each other now. And the Zays and the What, don't you follow each other? I know Great to see everybody. This is a good group. All you channels that you guys that do the content. I know not everybody on here does, but I try if I see you guys live. And I'm sorry, Brian, I have missed. I had a very horrible Monday and Tuesday, and I missed your last live. And I was notified of it, but it was a very bad day for me. Like, seriously. Like, I just thought of getting and driving away. Hooking up Little Ruby. Wouldn't leave her. Grabbing my dogs and going. It just was not a good day for me. But you guys can hear me okay, because I'm down in Ruby. The Starlink's up there at the house, and we have weather. Although right now, it was real fine rain when I came down here. That's my hair's all wet. So you guys that are new, I went over a few things. So today is the 154th anniversary of Yellowstone National Park. President Ulysses S. Grant established it in, what did I say, look at my notes, 1872. And it was the very first national park in the whole world. And it protected 2 million acres of land. And that's, of course, Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. And so that started the whole national park thing. So 1872, 154 years ago. So even older than me. Today is National Peanut Butter Day, so make some peanut butter cookies, you guys. Or at least eat peanut butter. I mean, I love to eat peanut butter. So, well, thank you. Yeah, I like to be in Little Ruby, Karen. It just doesn't feel the same in the house. I'm over the house. The house can go. I'm over it. Gone. It's keeping me here, and I'm starting to resent it. So I try not to do that. The other thing is the saying, beware of the Ides of March. I always said that on March 1st. It's always been like a saying that was stuck in my head. What's the other one? Well, for us, in like a lion, out like a lamb, but it can also be the other way, in like a lamb, out like a lion. So we woke up to that horrible wind and driving rain this morning. So I'd call that lionish. But, okay, back to beware the Ides of March. You know, we all know our Shakespeare, which I barely remember from high school and college. It was a caution regarding, it actually pertains to March 15th, and it was in 44 BC. It was the day when Julius Caesar was assassinated. It signifies a warning of betrayal, impending doom, or more broadly, to watch one's backs against danger from trusted allies. So I just figured with all the world news, that was, I didn't even know that part. I looked it up last night, so. Well, we have Jimmy not feeling good. I hope you feel good. We got Karen. I didn't flip you off. I just got it with my middle finger. Sorry if you saw that. I actually, mine's allergies though. I've got green tea with local honey and cloves in it. Because of the weather, I'm having horrible allergies. So, oh my gosh, I hope everybody feels good. Brandon, you feeling good? I sure like your deals, and I love bridges. I sometimes think I should move back where they have more bridges than they do here. Back east, they have a lot of bridges. You're not in queue anymore. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I got to catch up here. I was yakking. Well, it got hot. Didn't you guys get super hot? A friend of mine was in Parker, and I'm supposed to be going to Williams to look at property here. It's getting hot, so I wanted to go this month in March. Now I got a camping trip to go to Moab in 2 weeks with Sisters on the Fly. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I haven't done anything. I have some projects. I got a shelf to hang over there. I've kind of been going through stuff in the barn and putting it in Ruby, because stuff that I used to carry in the back of my truck. I don't have my truck, so because I literally was gonna hook up Ruby and go somewhere, like just go. But I'll spin you around real quick. Yeah, of course she's little, but the bed's made. Got my one of my Blue Eddies is in here. The other one's in my bunkhouse room charging. My little refrigerator. My red Yeti. Yep. I've got enough freeze-dried food I'd take off at a moment's notice. I got water jugs full in the bunkhouse because it's insulated. I don't have water. She's winterized still. I usually don't unwinterize her unless I go to Quartzsite in January, and then I have to come back and winterize her. I actually have to winterize before I come back. But I didn't go this year, so she's winterized. If I go to Moab, I'll probably just take jugs. Well, not if I'm going. In 2 weeks, I'll take jugs of water. So, you know, I collect all my vintage jugs. I got the green one there. So, anyways, yeah. Yes, you have to have peanut butter. I'm making peanut butter cookies, and then I'm going to watch NASCAR. So, yeah. Yeah, I need to work on her. I've been waiting for it to get warmer, but now it's like, I'm just going to work on her. So, I'll probably work on her today. Well, I think the NASCAR race today is early. I was going to look at that. John's gone for the day, so he's going to go do something with his son. You can antler hunt in Utah as of this weekend. We can't here. Our season doesn't start till May because of our high altitude. They don't want the animals disturbed in their winter range and move them back up to the snow. We don't have snow. But anyway, yesterday opened antler hunting in Utah, and we're only like Grand Junction to the Utah border and the LaSalle Mountains. Like, you can be there in an hour. I mean, we're only like 30 miles from the Utah border. So he's gone for the day. So that's good. So I'll probably make my cookies, have a bowl of stew that I'm making, and then, yeah, watch NASCAR and probably put her down here. So. Thank you, thank you. I love my little trailer. I need a bigger one, but it fits me, you know. I have another one being worked on that's 2 feet bigger, and I've seriously thought, because it's almost done. It had orange appliances, and I was doing it for John, but I have kind of thought about pulling out the pink appliances out of this one and putting them in the 2 foot bigger one, because I could totally have a bathroom in that one. Or at least I'd still do the, you know, the bucket thing, but I could have a shower. I could have because it has a double closet where Ruby's only got the little one. The extra 2 feet are kind of in that area. So it's got more kitchen too. And it's got a little bit bigger front. I think like 6 inches of it is where the table is. And like a foot, well, it's 2 foot longer. So 1.5 feet would be in the middle. I don't know. It's a lot of work. And I love this little trailer. When I bought her, I said I'd never sell her, so. Gosh, guys, well, congrats on that. And you'll make it. Jimmy's real close to 1,000 subscribers. And you guys are real close to the watch hours, so awesome. Well, I need to go watch some of your stuff and help you get those watch hours, so. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I was hoping you'd do the villages too. I just, like, if you did it as a live, maybe you could try that. And try one. Just try. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, Brandon and Ash, you guys have a great channel. I love watching your stuff. And, yeah. Everybody does. Brian he got the coolest vintage van, and I love his stuff. Jimmy, your rants, love them. What else is on here? The Zays, are you still on here? Well, Zay's wife, I know he went back to work. So, you guys don't do content, but you should. You really should. Are you guys still thinking of moving to North Carolina? I know you checked it out. I was telling my niece, yeah, just talking about it is good too, but I'm not crafty. I like watching people, Jimmy. I don't have the time. I mean, maybe someday I would. and a place to do crafts. I'm lucky. I like jigsaw puzzles. I do them on my iPad, but I get them every Christmas. My niece and I switch jigs. So I got one to do right now that's kind of vintage trailer related, and I didn't want to start it because I feel like I might be bolting. No, I'll wait. But I haven't started it yet. But I wouldn't have a place to do them in her. So, been looking at property. I love Williams, Arizona, Seligman, Williams. Route 66, I mean, the vibe of Ruby was, I have a lot of Route 66 stuff in here. And I've done all of it backwards, but never from start from Santa Monica to Illinois. And I'm doing my trip. That's kind of changed this week. This group that was supposed to be 8 people is now like 16. I'm backing out of it. I might do it myself. Me and one other lady from Montrose, who has a vintage. It's a 2016 retro. You know, it looks vintage, but it's a new RV, a new bumper pull. Beth and I might go do it ourselves. I mean, I like traveling by myself. I don't like big groups, so I'm not going to do it with a big group. Oh, well, thank you guys. Yeah, Jimmy, are you, because you weren't feeling good like a week ago, right? Karen, I think you're a little new on the, stuff's going around. Like I said, I think mine's allergies, so I drink a lot of green tea with local honey. In fact, we used to have the hives here. He moved them down because we're a little too high altitude. He moved them down like about 4 driveways, but down quite a bit in elevation. And the bees are better there. We don't have a lot of bees. You know, I hope everybody's feeling good. Pneumonia's not good. You need to go get that checked out. Go to the hospital. Pneumonia's not good. Well, we all know that, but yeah, I think, well, Zay 21, so he went back to work. He was in here on his break, but his wife is here. And I'm sorry for the life of me, I can't remember your first names if you're still here. I hope you're still here. But who's ever here? Yeah, Richie was supposed to make it from England. I mean, he watches for when I go live. And I told him the other day I'm not doing a Wednesday live, but I'll do a Sunday one. So, anyways, they might not be here now. But I appreciate anybody coming in and saying hi. What is it? We've been here half an hour. So, but yeah, I don't know. I was just, I'll try to do a Wednesday. I'll try to do a Wednesday at noon live this week and do a live and drive. So I'll be driving somewhere. So I've made Richie a moderator because he's available at that time, always during the day. And he can do comments while I'm driving. But I want to start showing some more boondocking areas around here for people traveling down I-70. And I want to go to the Utah-Colorado border and then pull in, there's right there, there's areas that are boondocking and then dispersed camping and overnight so that you're not having to pay for overnight camping. There! Oh, aren't you there? Oh no, I thought I saw it. I should put my readers on. I thought it was Zay's wife. They told me their names. I'm bad with names until I get it, you know, finally in my head. But we all, quite a few have come over from that driving dailies. He does DoorDash, and he does like all day long lives, so you can come and go into his deal. I like lives. I really feel like yeah, well, stress will do that, Jimmy. You need to just take care. Have you seen a doctor? Pneumonia is nothing to mess with. But anyways, the Zays and gosh, Richie, and who else was on here that were on that? I think Brandon, you came over from Instagram. And vintage van life, that's all part of my RV stuff and queue. I have a big community of people I follow from Quartzsite. And didn't get there. I mean, now it's 2 years in a row. I seriously was supposed to go this month, but I canceled everything. I got to get this household. This house has to sell. Like, we're sitting on a huge amount of equity, and you know what happens. We can buy a couple properties if that's the way it goes or whatever. But yeah, I'm looking between. Oh, I started to say that between Williams, Arizona, Ash Forks, Schlegman. I don't like too much further west really for what I want. I want remote, but I also like Vernon, Arizona, a little bit around Snowflake, but there's some then going into New Mexico from there, so all the way over to Taos and Eagle's Nest. So I'm looking all the way across northern Arizona into northern New Mexico, that area. So we'll see, but found a bunch of stuff. I could leave tomorrow and go look at stuff that fits me, but we're kind of having a parting of what we talked about doing when the house sold, and now he's totally changed, and I'm not. In fact, I'm more set in my ways. So I don't know. See what happens, but this has to sell. So and the idea was to buy an out-of-state property and still buy a hunting property here. So I mean, or a property to go to around Fairplay. We love Fairplay. We love this whole South Park area, Leadville, center of the state here, and that would be that was to be the summer property, and then a winter property down south. So yeah, I don't handle stress. The older I get, I used to. Stuff used to roll off me, but man, I think it's just being frustrated. I have been so stressed since 2026 started. I'm not normally a stressed person, but I got out of real estate because it was starting to bother me. The deals, it just, you'd have something the night before closing, and then somebody would just call you at 6 a.m. I'm not coming to closing, forget it. And it just, my last 2 years in real estate was a whole bunch of that. And I mean, I've been in it 36 years, and I had gotten into it in 1988 in California. I've had real estate licenses in Arizona, California first, then Colorado, then Arizona, then Idaho. I've done the license for Alaska, but then we didn't move up there. And so, but we own property up there, or did. And then we didn't move there because COVID hit, and I was going to go up there and sell property. And then back here, so I don't know how many laws, 6, I guess, 5 at least. But anyways, yeah, so, and I'm fast approaching the 3-year anniversary of my mom's death. And the funny thing, and Jimmy, you probably can relate, the longer it goes, I mean, I was so busy when she died, and it was a relief she wasn't suffering, because she had dementia pretty bad. So when the stroke, the third stroke took her, it was a relief. And then I was the executor, and I had all that for a year. So that first year, I didn't have time to grieve, and that all kind of settled down. And then I spent a year, I did a whole bunch of stuff, and then since January of last year to this year, it's just, I've hardly done anything, and it hit me, and my world was up in the air. But anyways, yeah, losing someone's hard, Jimmy. I know. I think of you. What's it been? 5 months? I think you said it's only been 5 months. That's still raw. That's not. You haven't had all the first yet, and that was tough. The first anniversary, but the first Christmas and her first birthday. well, she passed away March 13th. So I instantly had the anniversary of my dad's death, which is March 17th, and we buried my mom on the 17th. So, and I'm half Irish. My mom was full Irish. St. Patrick's Day was huge for her, but now St. Patrick's Day is just for me a day to think about my parents, you know. So, but then Mother's Day, and then her birthday in the summer, and, you know, Christmas, the holidays were really tough. My mom was so into the holidays. Well, yeah, get out of bed. Well, feel better, Jimmy. I'll go check out whatever you post today. Post something. But think about your villages. Karen and I will watch, but, you know, I mean, I'm usually a couple days behind. Seriously, Karen, you know this. I'm commenting on your stuff 2 or 3. I'm not current. And you know this as a content creator. You get your content out there, and then you go watch. And for me, watching is super early in the morning, and I have closed captions on because John's still in bed. I'm like, I get up 2.5, 3 hours before he ever does. So everything I watch is closed caption. So I'm just sitting there staring at the screen and having my coffee. And then I get up and I start doing things. So then I can't watch until late at night. And yes, okay, 3:30 in the morning here, Melbourne. Yeah, I knew it was middle of the night still. Wait, see, I'm like that. I sleep like 2 hours a night. Good. And then I'm restless. And sometimes I'll get up at 1:30. I will not get on the phone at 1:30. I will at 3:30 because I can make coffee. But at 1:30, I'll just sit there and think of stuff. Or go down in the man cave and turn on a light down there and read. But I won't get on the phone because that'll keep me awake. And if I read or just sit there, I'll sometimes get sleepy again. Well, thank you for coming, Jimmy. I appreciate everybody that showed up here. And Brian, are you still here? Or Brandon? Looks like we lost a couple, but that's okay. Karen, yeah, you need to get some sleep too, unless you're up for the day. Oh, you never answered my question. So you're technically fall now, because March 1st in Australia is fall, right? You know, what's your temperature? Is it cooled down, or are you still hot there? Because everybody I watch, I follow you. I follow Lisa. I follow the Cartwrights. I follow a lot of Australians. My best friend here in Colburn is Australian. And we are coming to Australia for a visit someday. 5.5 months. Well, I'm sorry. I know it's still fresh, so sorry about that. But thanks for popping in. Sundays I usually can catch up a little bit because it's just down. I don't do a whole lot on Sundays. So I just... Oh, yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, dang it. And so your daughter with... I know you were married before, like I was. Is your daughter from your previous marriage? But still, I mean, I'm a step mom. I'm close to John's kids, you know. But... Oh... I'm sorry you were having a nightmare, Karen. Yeah, that's really sad, Jimmy. Because that's see, that's kind of like what St. Patrick's Day. It's not about green beer and going out and partying. Or, you know, thinking of... I go out hiking now, and I did it. My dad's been gone. He died on St. Patrick's Day. And so that ruined St. Patrick's Day for my mom. We buried him on the 20th of March. But when my mom passed away on the 13th, it was in my head because she was on hospice and in a coma. So if we could do it and bury her on St. Patrick's Day, that was kind of fitting for an Irish lass. She was 100% Irish. So, and so, yeah, I go hiking and think about my parents. Talk to the moon. Talk to them. I'm very spiritual. Anyways, but yeah, it's coming up, so hopefully the weather's good. I haven't even looked for the 13th, because that's the day. But I don't really. I mean, my brother and I'll talk on the 13th, because that's the day she passed away, and then we'll talk on 17th, because that's the way my dad, the day. But it's the 17th has become their day. It's just, that's the day. And he kind of goes out and he can't walk good. He's older than me and kind of got some mobility issues from a car wreck. But he'll drive around his town up in Idaho and go up to a couple places that my parents like to go to. So, well, who's here? Karen, you and me? Oh no, there's 4. Who's here, guys? I appreciate you guys being here. And I wish I could have gone. I should try to go. Well, the sun's popping up now. Let me check the temperature. I don't think it's very warm. It's 33 degrees, so it's barely over freezing. No, that's still raw. That's 5.5 months is still raw. I didn't, my mom, when she went, I was just, for one, it was a shock. She started having, so I was in Quartzsite in 2023. I'd been there like 3 weeks. And I had a call on Martin Luther King Day. I was at one of my events, Dutch Oven Divas. I think RTR was going on. Well, no, I'd already done RTR. Anyways, I was moving that day to Searchlight, Nevada to go spend a week with my cousins from Prescott. We were all going to meet there, and then we were going to go into Vegas and do, who was retiring? I think it was Wayne Newton's one of his last show. I had tickets. They got them, so luckily they took her sister instead, because I got the call as I was moving from Quartzsite. I was driving to Searchlight. I was coming back to Parker after that, but I ended up heading home. But my mom was headed in an ambulance in Twin Falls, Idaho, because she had a stroke. So, and southeast Utah was getting all that snow that weekend. It took me 3 days. I only made it from Searchlight to Mesquite and had to shut down on the side of the road there in a truck stop. And then I made it to Richfield the next night, and the interstate was closed. And then I got in line at the truck stop there behind a whole bunch of truckers, and as soon as they cleared that interstate, I got all the way to Green River following trucks down I-7. I had Ruby, I had all my cast iron cooks. I was been at the Dutch Oven Divas thing. I was going to another Dutch oven competition thing. Anyways, I should have just stayed on 15 and gone to Idaho, maybe even dropped Ruby in Salt Lake City. I have a lot of sisters on the fly, friends, that I could have dropped her there and headed gone that way, gone up through Jackpot. But I went home. Then I couldn't get a flight because our airport was shut down. So I ended up jumping in my truck at 3 o'clock the next day and just drove. Busted snow on 3 different passes getting to Idaho. I'm surprised I even made it, truthfully. I was driving like a maniac. And me and Rye checked into the La Quinta in the middle of the night and then went to the hospital the next day. And anyways, that was the first of 3 strokes. But between January 16th, and then she had one in February at rehab, put her back in the hospital. She went back to the nursing home and had the one on the 4th of March. She sat 11 days, or laid there 11 days in a coma. So whatever that was, the 2nd, I think. So you have these pink, because you said pink. I don't have a lot of pink, because I'm really not, I like pink, but red's my color. I keep getting texts. I don't know if that, good Lord. Okay. It's my sisters on the fly girls. We're all excited about our Moab trip. I can really just read them up there. Well, Jimmy, you have a great day too. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. I feel like, yeah, I'll have to catch up on your stuff. So thank you. And, yeah, it's been 45 minutes. So who are we down to? I know Karen. Who else is here? It's probably just you and me, Karen. I can help you stay awake. These little was, I think, Hobby Lobby. I walked in there. I actually have like 3 of them. I had one on the back window, but I have my Sisters on the Fly banner between. I have like 2 curtain rods, and it's on one where I can pull the red polka dot. Since it's you and me, let's talk vintage. So I got my Sisters on the Fly because I got stickers, but this is my Sisters on the Fly banner. And then these, I pull these at night over that one, so I have privacy. But anyways, I took the pink off of this one. So I have another piece to put up, and I actually could either just double that, or I also thought of putting it at my kitchen. Because I never, unless I'm parked at somewhere where there's a street light, I never shut this window. I just leave it like that, because we do banners in Sisters on the Fly, and I have some of my favorite ones here. I've got like 40, so obviously can't have them all up. But yeah. And then when I went on, I did a dog trip, and so my banners ended up being dog scarves. This fits on Rise collar, so I had these done for. I had to have it. You had to have a dog to come on it. It was a dog friendly. It was called Gone to the Dogs, and I did it in Zion National Park last April. And so, so anyways, I've had it on her collar once, but I usually just let it sitting around. But I thought that was so cute. I have one for Brooke and for Lobo too. But thank you. Yeah, I got them on Amazon. They're starting to get kind of faded in the back, but they were so bright at first. I actually like them more subdued. So, gosh, I really appreciate this chat. Somebody else left here, so, but yeah, so, trying to think what else I could show you. I do want to, like, now that the weather's getting nice, I want to bring, like, on my lives, bring 3 of my vintage things out that go in my booth, and I'll talk about them. I mean, I've talked about all the vintage camping stuff I have, I believe, but I thought that'd be fun, because I did like 3 things I mentioned, but I would like to do like 3 items. And I've already showed my jugs. I've got videos on, this is my newest one from eBay. Cost me a fortune, but I had to have it. It's the perfect size. I got the taller one. You know, these, my dad used to take these for water. He was a general contractor. But I love this. I don't care for the green as much, but I have a little bit of green. And what I might do one day is put some red spray paint on it, kind of shabby chic it, you know. This one I won't. It's got the red spout, but it's in really good shape. This paint's not in real good shape. But I love that size. It's like 2.5 gallons, and that's 1.5 gallons. And then I have 2 of the green ones that are 1 gallon, and then I have the big one. So I'm not carrying plastic anymore, because these are also great outside as decor. And see, I do trailer rallies, so I'm supposed to be going to one in May. My friend Beth, who might do Route 66 with me, her and I are going to go to a trailer rally. Now, she has the retro one, but they're letting it in, but she has to decorate with, you have to like decorate the outside too. So I don't know how, if you've seen all my videos, but I have that pink powder coated metal, like 1950s ironing board, and that's my outside bar. And I have all the old bar stuff. I have a little short about that. I think it's a short. I don't do a lot of shorts, but that one is a short. And I show it all outside. And then I have a bar stool that's metal from the 50s. That's also pink powder coated. I took him to my powder coating guy. And he did my hubcaps. He did the hubcaps, the ironing board, and that stool, because they were all different colors. And I wanted them all pink. Because, and then I have my propane tanks pink on the outside. But when I do the trailer rallies, the outside is technically the red polka dot because of my awning. Well, it's got red stripes too, but it's got the polka dot. And then all the pink stuff kind of highlights it and pops more. If it was all red, red's my favorite color, but if it was all red, I don't think it'd look as cute. So, and of course, Ruby's got the pink appliances, so girly, you know. I bought this trailer because of these appliances. I actually wanted bigger, but I like I love the appliances. So anyways, but yeah, so I set up for trailer rallies and I put all my antique stuff outside. That's why I have to have a truck to haul everything. Because I take a lot of shit. So, but anyways. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, like, I guess it's aluminum on it, but there's no plastic. This part is very little, but you know, I mean, honestly, this one doesn't have any plastic in it. It's all stainless steel. The lid, everything. So, I try not to use plastic. I used to have all the big square blue plastic jugs, and, yeah, I don't like plastic. I don't use it in the house. I use glass, everything. And I don't use storage. I use jars for like leftover food. I don't have Tupperware. I don't use that stuff. So, finally got John where he's not like, you know, wanting to always put stuff into, well, I need some Tupperware to put this away. So no, you don't. We have lots of canning jars. Oh, I can't wait to see him. I know you'll be doing a video on him. So did you get your trailer? It's you and me, girl. I can tell now, I think, because it just shows two. Did you get all your, I'm behind. I need to watch a couple of yours. But you were working, you had day 2 of putting up all your, oh, I know what it was. You were waiting on your glue gun. So that was the last one I watched, was the one where the part 1 where you went out to the van and then the glue gun didn't work. I think you had that other glue too. See, I do that too. I mix stuff too. Hot glue guns and vintage trailers, they heat up too much, you know. And I'm not even where it's super hot, and don't go places where it's super hot because I can't take heat. But it's still the little bit of a glue, like at my deer head that's on my closet door. I originally put it up with hot glue, and it started coming back off. So I ended up putting some Gorilla Glue behind it. That's Gorilla Glue, but there is still some hot glue. But see, I have a little bit of pink, but I'm just more into the red. So anyways, they're fun though. I hope you can get a vintage someday. Your van is adorable, but the vintage trailer, I just love this thing. To me, it's my little personality. You know, I was gonna bring Rye down, and I was carrying the tea, and it was raining, and my hair got all wet. I thought if I could get down here and get back up there, I would just carry her down because I don't want mud all on Ruby. Well, I got down here and it was like 2 minutes till, so it's like, oh, I don't have time. But yeah, vintage lamps. I've got some things in the house that will be going into Ruby. I got a beautiful red glass. It's in our spare bedroom, but it's like the red globe, and it's one globe, and then it has another one. And so you can turn both globes on, or the top one or the bottom one. So I have a real pale or dim bulb in the top one, like 20 or 30 watts. It's not very strong. And then a stronger one in the bottom one. But that'll be in Ruby. I don't try to take a lot of glass stuff in her, you know, but I mean, if I ever set her up on a piece of property and I'm practically living in her, then I would. So, yeah, they're so fun. I mean, it's like having a dollhouse. That's how, you know, my husband even did. And he tells people he's proud of it. He said, she did everything herself. I wouldn't let him touch he cut one piece of plywood because one of my benches needed a new piece of plywood for the compartment, and I needed a hole drilled into it. And I was trying to fight it. And I have my own tools. I have my own skill saw, and the blade was like all jacked up. And he had his up under the carport, and he saw me messing with it. He come down, I'll cut that for you. And so I let him take it up to the carport, and he just straightened it. I think it was that one. And he said, do you want a hole in it? And I go, oh, I'll do it. And he goes, I got my drill right there. So I let him put the hole in. That's the only thing. He has not painted it. He's offered to help me with stuff. I've manhandled stuff in and out of her. I hook her up. I tow her. He's camped in her a few times. She's too girly. But, see, the other trailer I have that's 2 feet longer, that's at the repair my guy is working on right now, was supposed to be for him for a hunting trailer, but I bought it. Well, I got it given to me. It's registered in my name. I put new tires and wheel bearings in it and took it to this guy and have all that money into it. So it's my trailer. So I'm either going to sell it. It right now is at the point where the cabinets are being built. And I've seriously thought about pulling the pink cabinets out of her and putting them in that one, and then painting that one on the outside like Ruby. It'd still be Lil Ruby, but I don't know. I like this trailer. I do need to pull all the windows again. I've owned her 6 years, and I want to pull all the windows and do new butyl tape, put them all back in. They're all the original windows. All the louvers are good. I want to do the same with the door, and I would really like to do new front to back skins, and I can do all that, but just having a place to do it, and I can't start. This winter would have been perfect, especially once in December hit, and I figured out I wouldn't be going to Quartzsite most likely. I should have pulled her into the barn and done it, but I knew in my head that I wanted to keep her where I could grab her and go if I needed to. So she's fun. She's 1961, and when I bought her, the people had, they pulled the windows. So I didn't do it. They did it. I saw the pictures, and then they sold her. They pulled all the windows. They pulled the roof vent. They coated the roof. They fixed a piece of wood around this window and that one, I think. But the rest of them, that wasn't. So they sort of restored her. And so my idea was always, I want to keep the sides, but I want to do, because there's somebody backed into something up there on that side, and no, this side and that side. The front one I put Bondo in and fixed, but it's kind of a crinkle back there on the passenger side. Of course, we're on different sides. Our caravans are different. Our doors are on the other side. But anyways, on the passenger side, there's a big dent, and I don't notice it, but I look at her when I'm set up at events, and I mean, I'm not ever following her down the road to look at it, but I see it, But she doesn't leak or anything. There's no leaks, no mice. She's very caravan. Oh, so I'm in Sisters on the Fly. And Karen, we have people in other countries, like Lisa Wanders. She's a Sister on the Fly. $70 a year, but we do Secret Santa every year. And so this was like 2 years ago. Hey, there he is. About time well, technically it's been an hour. Hey, Richie, it's good to see you. Karen and I are talking about pillows. So this was my Secret Santa gift from like 3 years ago. So look how funny. And every year it's a different person. They don't know what you've got. So this was, okay, hold that. This one was 3 years ago. Of course, America, so red, white, and blue. And then this one was 2 years ago. And then this year, the lady that drew my name has a thing on Instagram. She makes cutting boards. Look what she made me. And that is the coolest thing. And she said, do you want a cutting board or a sink cover? I said, I want a sink cover. I don't know if you've seen this. I did do a video on it when I got it. That is so cool. I mean, look, it's even on the back. But this fits my sink. And she said, I'll make it rectangle. And she goes, I normally make square. And I said, no, I actually, hold on, Richie, I'll be with you in a minute. But it fits here. And the reason I like it is I can still, without moving it, can run some water if I need to. There's no water in Ruby right now. So she's winterized. But I just think that's the coolest thing. So I get some pretty good gifts. I think what else. I've been in Sisters like 8 years now. So this was a gift. I get a lot of vintage stuff. People know, as soon as you see I have a vintage trailer, salt and pepper shakers. I've never put salt. These actually were in the house for the longest time on the window ledge in the dining room. And then I moved them out here. I am going to use them, so. But, okay, let me catch up with some. It's good to see you, Richie. Yeah, I get some cool gifts, don't I? I'm trying to think what else. I mean, a lot of it I've bought, but, or had. But, trying to think. What else was a gift? This was a gift to myself, but of course it's not vintage. It's my little bluey, because I have blue heelers. I got 2 of them, so this one stays out. When Rye's not here. Oh, this towel. I got a lot of stuff. Was made for me because of Route 66. That's the group I was going to go with. She sent me all this stuff. And she made towels for everybody that was going. But the group's just getting too big for me. I don't know what else was a gift. I'm looking around. Of course, I collect the luggages that hold my clothes. And my niece got me that little red one for Christmas. So I'm getting where I can't fit a whole lot more in here, though. And I actually got rid of some stuff. Some of the foo-foo stuff. I had a little chandelier thing that hung there. It was like a candle for votives, but it looked like a chandelier because of the glamping. But the chain was always breaking, and I'd forget to take it down, and I'd find, it's like I took it out. Instead, this is actually a solar light. And so if I want another light here, I just hang it here, and it's just solar. But I keep it here because it gets sun. So, and I move it. It doesn't travel there because it would hit, the window. But, yeah. But I've got stuff in the house that people have given me too. So, moved you too far away. So, Richie, how are you? What's your weather like? I was getting snow first and then rain. And now it's real cloudy, but nothing right now. So, what's going on with you, Richie? My moderator's here. Yeah, I got on at night. And I'm sorry about Wednesday. I was not having a good week. Muddy outside? Yeah. So what time is it there? You must be early evening. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's all good. It's fun. Yeah, I feel like I have way too much. 5 p.m. Okay. So almost dinner time, or have you eaten dinner yet? I'm having tea. Thank you for commenting on some of my, I was in a bad mood. Really bad mood. It just hit me. I seriously was, I even headed out the door one time to come down here and hook up this trailer. You'll get your dinner soon. Oh, good, good. Yeah, I was headed to take her and leave, just go away and leave for a week or 2 or 3 or whatever. But I didn't. I stuck it out. Yeah, I hope. Are you a little bit cooler at least, Karen? Because, man, when you were in your van that day, I could see, girl, the glistening, the face, that's hot. I don't handle heat. That's the thing about Arizona. I moved down there. I will not spend summers there. I have a niece in Wisconsin, and I wouldn't have to buy anything there. I could park Ruby right in her driveway. I wouldn't stay the whole summer. But she's backs up to a really good river for kayaking, and I love kayaking. So I would probably spend winters gone. Obviously, Dawn and I want a piece of property, and it's 4 o'clock here in the morning. You're 4, so you guys are almost 12 hours apart. 13, I guess. Do you change time, or is that just us? I guess that might just be us. Do you guys do, like, in the spring, we spring ahead? Like, we're getting ready to spring ahead in, like, 2 weeks. We'll lose an hour. We'll go to bed. We'll move our clocks up an hour in the spring. We spring ahead, And then in the fall, we fall back. We get that hour back. Okay, you do the end of March. Okay, okay. And you spring ahead then an hour, so you are like us then. But does Australia do it, Karen? I don't, because I know there's some places that don't do the time change. I wish they wouldn't. You do it too. Okay. Or, oh, that's Richie. Okay. I guess I could look down here. Yeah, I lived in Arizona and they don't do it. They stay on daylight saving time. So they stay, what we're going to, they stay year round. And it has something to do with the Indian reservations had the say, and they didn't want to change. They just, so Arizona, I think there's one corner up by Nevada, like close, like the Virgin River up in there near Mesquite and Vegas. I kind of think they change, but where I was at in Arizona for 8 years, they didn't change. And it was nice. You deal with it. Why, you know, here, so here right now we get dark about 5:30 because it's the days are getting longer in the thick of winter. Still feels like summer. Dang, girl. I hope it cools down for you. But now it's probably closer to 6. It gets dark, 6, maybe even a little after. I'll have to look. But it doesn't fluctuate that much between the beginning, from the fall when we first went on it to now when we're getting ready to go off of it. And supposedly here they did it, like Colorado says, well, we have to do it because the school kids would be going to school in the dark if we didn't. Or coming home in the, oh no, I think going. So we have to stay on it. Like every time it goes on our ballot to not do it anymore, no, it never goes through. So, I mean, I voted to just keep it one or the other. I don't really care at this point. But to me, you know, the whole country should be whether we do it or not. The whole U.S., you know, as a country, you know, because I do believe there's another state back east, like New Hampshire. Somebody else doesn't change, or only half the state changes or something. I don't know. I have no clue, but I've heard that. Yeah, I hope you cool down. I mean, we didn't have winter, so we're going into spring, and, you know, bad allergies. So, hey guys, I am going to have to end this. And sorry, Richie, we started at 9. But I have something I got to do in 6 minutes. And I was planning on being off in an hour. But we'll do it again. So Sundays at 9. I think I'm going to keep doing that. Okay. Thank you, Richie. And you can go eat your dinner. And then Wednesdays at noon, my time. So I'll have to figure out what that is for you. I think that's evening for you. That might, well, you've been on before. I'm going to, okay. And I'm sorry. I've been very absent from YouTube this week. My head wasn't in it. So I will catch up Richie. I'll catch up Karen. I've got Jimmy's to catch up on. I caught Brandon's live. I know he's probably not on here anymore. The other day. I was driving, so I had it on. But I was stopping and doing stuff. I kept pulling and I had to go to the bank. I had a bunch of stuff to do. Yeah. Anyways. I'll catch up with everybody. Thank you for watching. Karen, I hope you can fall back asleep. Yeah, go on, Richie. He's in the UK, and he does some really cool stuff. You just have to check him out. He does, like, he has an app. I know he keeps saying, and he makes music videos, and he gives it ideas. Like, he made one for me. It's on his channel. It's on my channel, too, I think. I tried to save it to a playlist, but for some reason it's private, so I don't know if I did something. I need to look at that. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. See, I like how everybody gets to meet and yeah, and follow each other's channels. So, okay, Richie. Well, I'll try to see you Wednesday for moderating. I'm gonna try to do a live and drive. But let's try that if noon works for you. I moved it up a little bit because I'm babysitting now on Wednesdays when I go down, and I have to pick up the kindergartner at 1:50. So if I do it at noon, I'm done by 1, and then I can, but I'm not feeling, well, Josh, I hope you feel better. Well, I hope the tests go good, Karen. So we'll be saying some prayers for you. Some good juju sent your way. So thank you for coming, you guys. I'm going to have to run up to the house because I have to go get some information I need from the house. Otherwise, I could do the call from down here. But anyways, bye for now. Thank you again. This was lovely. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.